Have you ever been excited by a new idea, inspired by watching someone lead by example? When we talk about creating change, we start by sharing the stories of everyday heroes who are making a difference in their own way, so we can learn and do the same. This truth is the power behind this show, which is focused on business and community leaders that are leading by example to give back, fuel change, and create new opportunities for the Mid-South. I'm Jeremy Park, and this is The Spark. Part of the fun of The Spark is being able to showcase businesses, organizations, business leaders leading by example, especially in unique ways. So I'm here with a man, his company, you can see their promotional products, their shirts all across the Mid-South. They're a huge part of the heartbeat of the Memphis Rocks campaign and the Memphis Rocks t-shirts, which hopefully you see all over the world. But I'm here with Mike Bowen with Champion Awards and Apparel. And before we talk about the Late Bloomers program, which I love just that term, give us some context. Talk about Champion Awards and Apparel.
Jeremy, we're a small family-owned company. My mom started in a barn. My mom and dad started in a barn 44 years ago with sewing money and Avon money. And in the 70s, my brother and I started printing T-shirts. We print T-shirts every day. We make trophies every day. We brand companies' products all over the country every day. And we've been doing it a long time, and we do it quite well.
And the thing that I love too is that you work with nonprofits to help them with their t-shirts and be able to make a revenue generation for them. You yourself and your team heavily engaged in the community, serving on boards and donating your time, effort, energy, resources. So I appreciate that. Talk about the Late Bloomers program. So let's go ahead and transition. Give us an idea of the genesis and where this started.
From Mom again. She was president of SCORE, and she was going into prisons and teaching young men how to get a job when they got out of prison. And she called me one day and she said, Mike, you're going to hire this young man. You need to hire this young man. And I said, Mom, no, I'm not. She said, yes, Mike, you are. And I said, yes, Mom, we will give him a chance. And along came Patrick Brown. The precursor to Patrick Brown was Marlo Starks, which a pastor had called us 6 months previously. And the light bulb kind of went on.
And on this, you're working with Transition Ministries, which they're working with them to help kind of build that foundation back. They have transportation, which is the key, so they can get them to work and back after work. Talk about working with Transition Ministries and the importance of that organization.
Well, the number one problem in the community is with the 22,000 felons that live in the community now, is they live in areas that there aren't jobs. So Forgiveness House and Transition Ministries, smart layman, bought a van. And he said, hey, I can bring you some employees, Mike, because I called him about a year later and said, do you have any more like Patrick?
Because they're hardworking, they want that second chance, and then it's a matter of you being able to work with them and talk about that. I mean, because I think that's important, is these are convicted felons, so they're not typically having the same upbringing as many others, and so you're having to kind of build that foundation to work with them. And
here's the neat thing. When we first started, it was a 30-minute to 3-hour probationary period. Brother Bob would bring us late bloomers. We called them ex-offenders at that point. If they didn't work out, we'd call Brother Bob and say, come get them, bring us another one. So we got a chance to try. After about 2 years of that, I said, wait a minute, guys, we've got to improve this sustainability. And one of my managers a couple of years ago said, why don't we write a career path? And we titled it The Late Bloomers Career Path. And it's working.
And actually it's working, so that's a great point to go ahead and take a look at this feature where we interview some of your employees and hear from them, firsthand experience. What does the Late Bloomers program mean to them?
We bring guys in and we basically try to see where their mind at, you know, because a person want a job don't necessarily mean that they really want it. When I first came here, you know, I didn't speak a lot, you know, because, you know, at the time I was just, you know, leaving prison and I'm basically trying to figure myself out and I'm trying to figure other people out. But then I get around and the managers and directors, they challenge me to step up, you know, and they put me in certain positions and one thing I learned was confidence and determination.
In spite of my past, in spite of the things that I did in my past, they actually saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. When I say it's a family, it is a family. It's a real family. We don't see no wrong. Mr. Mike is colorblind. He don't care if you white, black, brown, or yellow. He got love, and he got it with unconditional love, and he give everybody a chance. If it wasn't for them, I can't say where I'd be at, but I can, honest to God, say the truth. They are good people. And the team and the family that I am in now, I'm glad to be in this family. I wouldn't trade it in for nothing in the world.
So we just saw the importance of the Late Bloomers program in terms of what it means to your employees. And on your end, these are convicted felons. And so there's a lot of that growing pain on both ends.
Right.
And I think at this point, just knowing you personally, they've become like family to you.
Yes.
And so I know you yourself have changed a lot in this process. Share a little about, though, just how it's changed you and how it's made you, honestly, kind of a better person. I mean, I think you'll admit that.
It made me realize that if I see these people more than I see my family, and my plant, Champion Awards, is my home. And if I'm going to have you in my home, I'm going to be willing to break bread with you. So these gentlemen get a chance to come out to my home, and they work side by side with me. We landscape. So we get a chance, and I get help. I'm getting a little old to do some things, and they're helping me a whole lot more than I'm helping them. They get paid, but giving people second and third chances in life is the key.
And talk about what would you recommend, because I know there's a lot of companies out there that are looking at, how can I make a difference? How can we incorporate those that might need a second chance, deserve a second chance? How can we get them to have opportunities in a corporate setting? What would you tell them?
It's easy. I always say there's 3,000 churches in this community. There's 22,000 small businesses in this community. If each one of those gave a late bloomer just one chance, even if it was for 3 months, 6 months, just that one spark would maybe set them on their way, that there are some people out there in the community that will give them a second and third chance, even if it didn't work out.
I just think it's amazing. You've got 12 on your staff right now. I've gotten to know them personally. Amazing gentlemen, very amazing work ethic, and then you've trained over 100. So when you look at the impact already that you're having that carries it forward, great work. So I greatly appreciate you coming on the show, greatly appreciate everything you're doing in the community, and applaud your efforts.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Whether it's an advocate helping a child from a bad situation, or a mentor or business leader offering guidance, opportunity, and hope to someone who's made a mistake, second chances are critically important to our community. In some way, we're all beneficiaries of a second chance because we've all made mistakes in life. While many of those mistakes are small and some might be large, part of our society's success depends on not just offering love and forgiveness, but becoming engaged in directing and modeling the way to be productive citizens. We've said it before, but engagement is key, and together we can do great things. So thank you for watching The Spark. To learn more about each of the guests and interact with your stories of others leading by example, visit thesparktv.org. We look forward to seeing you next month, and we hope that you'll join with us in creating a spark for the Mid-South.